The town streets were empty, with only the rustling of the wind. The dark town owed its name to local legends, and these legends had not been forgotten. For years, the residents of the dark town had been plagued by a town killer. The killer would emerge quietly at night, find their victims, terrorize them on the dark streets of the town, and then vanish into thin air. People lived in fear, avoiding going out at night. On an evening when our story begins, Emma, a young woman who was a native of the dark town, was working in an old bookstore. Emma was known for her beauty, but she also carried a mysterious aura. Her blonde hair and clear green eyes were distinguishing features that caught the town's attention. Emma was perusing through the pages of an old magazine when she got lost in thought. The magazine contained information about the darkest period in the town's history. Her eyes fixed on an article featuring a sketch of the serial killer known as the Darktown Killer. The article detailed the night when the killer's latest victim, Sarah, was found. Sarah's body was discovered in the town's old cemetery. This cemetery was one of the town's oldest places, once frequently visited, but in recent years, it had been deserted due to the terror the killer had brought. As Emma read the article, she felt a whisper in her soul. Her gaze lingered on Sarah's sketch, and for a moment, she felt transported to that fateful night. Sensing the sharpness of the killer's blade against her throat, she recalled the fear that had gripped the town. "You have one last chance not to become the Darktown Killer," the killer whispered, his eyes drilling into hers. The killer's face was concealed behind a mask, revealing only a cruel and unrelenting smile. Emma's eyes locked onto his, and for a moment, she felt a connection to the past. Feeling the sharpness of the blade in his hand, she knew it was the same fear that had haunted the town. Suddenly, the killer withdrew, vanishing into the night. Emma lay breathless on the ground. As she gathered herself, she knew that living in this town had become a dangerous game. Determined to uncover the dark town's secrets and protect herself, Emma set out on a treacherous journey. She knew that this journey would be perilous, with the town's dark history posing a constant threat. This journey would reveal a horrifying truth: the identity of the killer, the terrifying secrets buried in the town's past, and Emma's own dark connections. The story of the Dark Town was a descent into a nightmare's depths. Over time, Emma's investigation led her to the town's archives, where she discovered a diary dating back centuries. The diary belonged to a man named Nathaniel Blackwood, a name that sent shivers down her spine. It seemed that Blackwood had been connected to the town's malevolent history for generations. The diary chronicled Nathaniel's descent into madness and his obsession with the dark and ancient ritual. It spoke of a pact he had made with an otherworldly entity in exchange for power and immortality. Emma couldn't believe what she was reading. The entries described unspeakable acts committed by Nathaniel and hinted at the existence of a hidden chamber beneath the town, where the ritual had taken place. As Emma delved deeper into the diary's pages, she couldn't help but wonder if Nathaniel's bloodline still existed in the town. Could the current Darktown Killer be a descendant of Nathaniel, carrying on his malevolent legacy? Haunted by these thoughts, Emma decided to confront the town's elders, who held the key to the town's darkest secrets. She knew that they were the keepers of the knowledge about Nathaniel Blackwood and the ritual. However, gaining their trust and extracting the truth would prove to be a formidable challenge. The elders, a group of enigmatic figures, lived on the outskirts of the town in a place known as the Elders' Grove. Legends spoke of their uncanny abilities and their connection to the supernatural. Emma had no choice but to seek an audience with them and uncover the truth about the town's cursed history. The journey to the Elders' Grove was treacherous. The forest leading to their sanctuary was dense and tangled with thorns, and the night was filled with eerie sounds that seemed to be emanating from the very heart of darkness. Emma pressed on, determined to uncover the town's secrets. When she finally reached the Elders' Grove, Emma was met with a sight that sent chills down her spine. The elders, cloaked in tattered robes, stood in a circle around a gnarled oak tree, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. They spoke in hushed voices, their words carrying an ancient power. Emma approached cautiously, her heart pounding in her chest. She knew that she was treading on dangerous ground, and the elders would not take kindly to outsiders. But she had no choice. She needed answers. "I seek the truth about the Dark Town Killer and the curse that plagues this town," Emma said, her voice steady despite her fear. The elders turned their gaze upon her, their eyes piercing her soul. For a long moment, there was silence, broken only by the rustling of leaves in the night breeze. Finally, one of the elders stepped forward, his voice like the rumble of distant thunder. "You tread on sacred ground, outsider. The truth you seek comes at a price. Are you willing to pay it?" Emma nodded, her determination unwavering. "I will pay any price to rid this town of the darkness that haunts it." The elder raised his hand, and a gust of wind swirled around Emma. She felt a cold presence pass through her, and suddenly, she saw flashes of images in her mind, images of Nathaniel Blackwood, the ancient ritual, and the town's cursed history. When the vision subsided, Emma knew that she had been granted a glimpse of the truth, but the elder's warning echoed in her mind. The path to salvation is fraught with danger. Beware, for the darkness will stop at nothing to protect its secrets. With the newfound knowledge burning in her heart, Emma knew that her journey was far from over. She had glimpsed the past, but the future remained uncertain. The Dark Town held its secrets tightly, and the Dark Town Killer still lurked in the shadows.